when you see a couple and you say, okay, those two people have their roles reversed? What does that look like? Like, what is...
You see her pushing the cart, and maybe he's looking at something over here, and he says, hey, babe, you got enough money for me to get this steak?
Can I get some fruit snacks?
What do you mean, do I have enough money to get some steak? No. How about let's take the money out of your pocket. You're going to buy this steak, and I'll cook it.
And you can always tell an alpha male by just you know what I mean, his demeanor, like, and you can always tell when a woman is submissive to a man. She's, you know what I mean. You can look at him and tell.
You can. It's very obvious, and you can always. And I'm not trying to stereotype, but it's true. You can tell the way they're dressed. You can understand what's going on and where their mindset is, and you know right off the bat. Oh, okay.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, that's what that is. All right. And then you just keep pushing my buggy. Mind my business.
Not that I do that.
I see it.
I do. I just feel
like
because it became such a big issue. Like, you're talking about it, like, I really go back to...
It's a huge issue.
Okay. All right, don't break my glass table. But you're talking about it like it's something that you see all the time. And it's like the community falling apart. So give me... So are we talking about the man should be making more money?
No.
The man should definitely be making money. More...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chris. I said
not necessarily his money, but his passion. There has to be passion behind it. His passion and ambition shouldn't be less than the woman's.
Hello.
Okay.
To be an alpha male, you have to take charge, and you have to be like, okay, I need to make sure she's good. I need to make sure my son's good. I need to make sure my daughter's good. All right. I don't have to take care of my mom, but if she needs something, I'm gonna find a way to get it for her if I can. Where a lot of guys are passive and submissive themselves nowadays, to the point where they're not holding themselves accountable because nobody else is holding them accountable. But nobody should have to hold them accountable if they're raised right. But I think that's what they mean. Not necessarily money, but just their passion.
Most
you know,
definitely.
because I know, me personally, I don't have to call myself an alpha male, but if I'm with somebody and I'm pushing and striving, doing great things, and they're pushing and striving, we're not trying to outdo each other. We're trying to grind together. We're trying to build this thing up.
Together, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lifting as we climb and everything. So, yeah, that's what you want. You don't want somebody where you're doing all the lead work and they're doing none.
And you know what? Even if it was a situation, if I were in this situation, say like I make enough money to sustain my whole household, I'm married, and maybe my husband needs to take a break. Maybe our daycare is just too much, and he stays home. There are different things he can do around the house. Yeah. He can cook. He can clean up.
That's a team.
He can That's a team. So,
but isn't that role reversal based on your original
definition? Absolutely not.
No, that's role reversal. But that's not even. That's a team working together. You're gonna cover this, and I'm gonna cover that. Now, if I come home, I still have to cook, clean. After I bought all these groceries, I got to put these groceries away. I just bought them. Now I have to bring them in the house too. I have to take them out. You're still sitting on the couch. I have to go bathe the children. I have to get the clothes up for tomorrow, iron. That's not a team. That's role reversal. I have to not only do what's really considered your job,
right?
I have to do mine too. Whereas we can be a team. If you're not working, can you help me in these areas? If you wash the clothes, how about I'll fold them up? Or we can fold them together.
But I think that goes back. And I only see a lot of this in poverty-stricken areas. You know what I mean? I don't see this in the more of the middle class. Because
you're right.
I know a lot of good men, like, that actually provide for their families.
Yes.
Take care of their kids. You know what I mean? I know a lot of those type of guys. But I also know a lot of guys that's just bums.
Yes.
Like, can't believe it, mind-blowing bums.
So here's my question, though. Right? Because there's two sides to this that I firmly believe in. Number one is, I think it's convenient for, how do I say this?
Everybody point the finger?
Yes, number one. But I think it goes back to if these people are unbelievable bums, right? How do they end up procreating? Like, on some level, you are in charge.
Yes.
It all goes back to the woman.
I woman said it's the woman, you know, from the beginning.
The woman is the one that raised the bum.
Hello.
So the woman is the one that raised him to be a bum, and then he went and got another woman that created, hopefully not another bum, but 9 times out of 10, it's another bum you just created. You procreated, you know what I mean? Mm. So it all starts with the woman.
And then the part that irks me is, and we have this issue in the black community with our moms coddling our sons, and, you know, not taking charge and telling them, listen, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. And we can say that they don't have a father, but there are plenty of great guys that I know that did not have a father in their life, and they know what it is to be a manly man. They know what it is. I think it should be instinct. But if your mom is always sitting there, oh no, it's okay. How are they supposed to understand what their role is?
And that goes back to role reversal. Say, take me for instance. I'm in the house. I have 2 daughters and a son. You know, and I say for most women that's not conscious like myself. You know, I consider myself pretty conscious. But for a woman that's not, she's in the house with her 2 daughters and her son. Most women cling to their son. You know what I mean? We always want to make sure he's okay. We always want to baby him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we're not so much like that towards the women.
Nope, not in our community.
Now, fathers are like that towards their daughters. He always wants to baby her. But if you're in the house with just a woman, the daughters are always getting the firm end of the stick.
Yes.
While the son is always just being patted.
Yep.
And, you know what I mean?
So here's what that brings to mind for me. Do you think that because the mother is in the situation that she's in, she's raising her daughters to be strong because she's assuming that they're going to wind up in the same situation? And she's coddling her son because she's just glad to have a man in the house.
Or not even that. She's just
subconsciously, yes.
She's doing it subconsciously.
Yes.
It is very subconscious. And we always want to protect our sons. We know it's hard out here for black men. Black men are getting killed every day. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a fear. I don't want to send my son out there, then he ends up dead.
I feel like a lot of moms don't know where that line is.
Exactly.
And a lot of moms do in their head, oh, you know, I can't stand when I see moms say, oh, that's my man crush Monday, or that's my king. No, that's not your king. That's your child.
That's your child.
And that's where they get that mind twist thing going on. And they start believing that. And then we have more of these boys always running back to their mom to have their
feeling
mom
like they're entitled.
Stand on your own 2 feet as a man and handle your business.
My family comes and say, oh, D, you're the man of the house. No, D is not the man of this house. D doesn't pay any bills. D is only a kid. Yeah. He has to do something to earn that title.
Exactly.
If not, he's going to feel like he's entitled when you're not. You have to earn that. He's not the man of this house. We don't have a man in this house.
Go.
So as far as the raising, so as far as the raising of the boys, right?
Yes.
So I just want to establish this before I say the rest of the part. Do you feel like, and I've asked you this before, do you feel like a woman can raise a boy to be a man without the influence of a man involved?
Yes, but she can't teach him those things. There will have to be people around that woman to help her, like uncles, baseball coaches, football coaches, family friends, stepdads, whatever. Somebody has to be around to show him. She can't teach him.
There's actually a documentary on Netflix talks exactly about that thing. It's called The Mask Within, and it speaks about like for single mother homes and everything. What is that male role model? And you're right. Like on the documentary, it was a black principal, who was a role model for basically like every black male there.
I wish we had more black men in the school system too, because
we were just talking about that too.
The perfect place for our black sons to go. They don't have, maybe the mom can't afford to put them in after school. Now they see that black male teacher that they want to listen to. They want to be like him. We need more black male teachers.
I see it.
Well, okay, so in doing the research for coming up with this, one of the things I thought about, because I have to, you have to put yourself in the mindset of somebody who's in that situation, right? So we talk about, the young black boys who don't have a father figure, right? So if you break down the day, right? So you wake up in the morning and there's no father there, right? Now you go to school from whatever it's 8 o'clock in the
8 to
morning
3.
until 3,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In doing my research, 75% of teachers are white.
Yes.
Most definitely.
83% of teachers are female.
Yes.
2% of teachers are black men.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the chances of there being a black male teacher at your school and you having his class
Slim to
are
none.
next to none.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
It's true.
So now you woke up in the morning, now it's 3 o'clock,
Yes.
and you've seen no
Black
No
man.
one that looks
None.
like
black
you.
male role model, anyone that looks like you, right? You come home, right? Again, nobody's there. Maybe an uncle stops by once a week
Maybe.
or something like that,
Yeah,
and then
maybe.
you go to bed.
Right.
And I think what we don't think about is it's as simple as that. To a boy in that situation, a positive black male role model
Yes.
is like a unicorn.
Instead of
You've
having
never. When did you come across it?
I used to substitute teach, and I would go from school to school. These black boys, I promise you, would look at me like I was a ghost or a unicorn. They're like,
wow.
a black, you're a teacher. You're
But
a black
they're listening though, and they're passionate. and They want to
Yeah.
hear what you're saying.
And I, like, the black kids, the black boys, not bragging or anything, I will get after them once. Sometimes I will have no problem.
That's all they want.
They, like, a lot of them, they don't even realize it, even if they were, you know, parents and teachers will call them trouble.
Right.
They want the discipline from the male. You
They
know,
do.
they want, especially someone they can relate to. And I saw it. I subbed at schools all across South Brevard, and each time I was there, the kids they'll be like, "Hey, yo, Jaquan, look."
And then white women, middle class women, they don't know how to deal with black
No,
boys.
they're afraid
You know
of
what I
us
mean? They're afraid of
subconsciously,
us.
too.
You know, I had a teacher. My son was actually in VPK now. This kid was only like 4 years old.
Yeah.
The teacher would call me and be like, DeMario gets mad and, you know, he starts breathing really hard. You know how a little boy be like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'd be like, but he's a boy. Like,
that.
that's what boys do. He's not a little girl. When he gets angry, that's what he do. He's not going to hurt you.
Yeah,
he's
that's
only,
any-
he's
I think
only a
that's
kid.
any little boy at that
Right.
age. Go
Plenty
ahead.
of white women are afraid of, and I have gone out to the school for my son because this teacher is old, like, you know, the old teacher with that old school mentality, and she tried to give him a detention because he forgot his homework like twice. Well, he's on the high spectrum of ADHD. He's gonna forget his homework. His brain is everywhere,
Right.
and he's not on medication. So I had to let her know, listen, ma'am, you're not going to give him another detention because that's in his personal file. What you're going to do, because he doesn't have a behavioral issue, this is for getting a homework paper this week or the week after that. So we're not going to do that anymore.
Right.
And she understood where I was coming from, though. And we don't have a lot of our generation
Right.
who go out to the
Most
school
definitely.
and talk to these parents.
Oh, most
And
definitely.
so our boys get railroaded.
Yep.
That pre-K to prison pipeline
Yep.
starts in elementary school with
Most
these type of
definitely.
teachers.
Yep.
And then it keeps going and going and going. So now you've taken him out. What if he had a kid? So now that's a fatherless kid. And the
Yep.
cycle just keeps going.
It does. It perpetuates, and we have to stop it.
So what does it look like? So have you had personally a relationship where you felt like you were in a situation where the roles were reversed?
Most definitely. I have.
And what was that like? Describe a scenario.
Well, basically, the scenario was, you know, my kid's dad was like right out of prison. He had just got out of jail. So 9 times out of 10, he don't have any money. So
So how do we get there?
what?
How does this happen?
What happened?
Like, if he's right out of prison, how does that end up being the father of your children?
No, we had already had kids.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
Yeah, this is after the children.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, I had my daughter when I was 15.
Okay.
So he went to prison for like 8 years. He got out. Now, I don't mind doing my part as long as I see some potential. You know what I mean? You have the potential to actually get on your feet and then take care of your family. Because that's it. That's what I like. I like a traditional setup where you're doing your thing, you're doing your part, and I'm doing my part. You know, you can go to the school, see the kids every now and then, go take them balloons on Valentine's Day because they need that. They're little girls. You have 2 daughters. So they need you there to validate them. I understand that. But him, on the other hand, he was raised by a single mother. And so he feels like entitled. Like he doesn't have to do all of the things that he should be doing as a father. And maybe it's because no one ever taught him, or
he probably said,
what?
"Oh, my mom did it.
Yeah.
And she didn't have this
Oh,
and
man.
that." Yeah,
That's a prime example.
He
a lot of people
said
think that.
his mom, like, you know, and then we actually end up splitting up. We didn't, you know, I really couldn't deal with that. The frustration just got too high. And, you know, a lot of times I would go, and he was making money. Like, money wasn't an issue for him, but I couldn't get any. So I would have to go, and I'd be like, well, you know, the kids need money for this, and I have to go through the whole 9 yards. Like, oh, my mom is going to get them. Why is your mom going to get them? And she be down with it. Like, how? You don't even have a car.
Continuing this cycle.
Baby. Yeah.
And now making your daughter
Right.
feel like this is normal, and that's
Who
not
does
normal.
that?
Mm-hmm.
My mom is going to go get them.
I've
You're
never
a grown
been
man.
in that situation. I've never had that situation. Never. But I don't know. I thank God. But I see it all the time, and I hear stories all the time at work,
Social
here,
media.
there, like social
People put their
media.
business
Oh, it's
Oh,
definitely
my
real.
God.
It's definitely real.
And you can see it, like, it just bleeds through their posts.
That's why I say it's unbelievably mind-blowing. Like, I would just look like, is this really real? Like, is this really what I bred with? Sometimes I just be like, what were you thinking? But, you know, it's I was a kid. So, I mean, it's done now. But hopefully he'll get his mind right one day.
So,
watching this.
Hey,
Oh,
if you
wait,
watch
wait,
it.
if you're watching this.
No, he's not watching. He's actually back in prison.
Oh, well, okay.
Well, his loss, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Keep it on the prayer list.
Got him on the prayer line.
So, like, I'm really struggling with this topic.
I know
'cause
you
I
are.
feel like-
We're trying to help you because we know that you didn't.
Because
see
listen,
this.
the minimum of, now I'm talking about from a societal standpoint, right? Is the minimum of what a man. Chris Rock had a joke that this said.
Oh boy.
if a man could have sex with a woman in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house, right?
Yeah.
So the bare minimum of what a man's behavior is going to be, right? Across the board. Now, there's people that are going to have honor, that are going to be raised with a certain level of respect, that are just going to do that based on principle. But across the society, the bare minimum of what people's behavior is going to be is what they're allowed
Most
to
definitely.
do.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Right?
Yes.